Over the last 10 months I've spent thousands on modifying this Audi A5, and one question I get asked all the time is, what's the best mod I've done?
Today I'm finally going to answer that question. I'm going to rank every single modification I've done on this Audi. My absolute favourite to the ones that didn't make as much of a difference, and trust me, I think a few of these rankings might just surprise you.
So coming in hot at number 1 is the full Maxton design kit. For me, this has to be number 1. The full Maxton design kit completely transformed the look of the car. It gives the Audi those extra sharp lines that it was missing from the factory, and this makes it look much more aggressive. Every time I look back at the car, this is the modification that stands out the most. If I bought another Audi tomorrow, this would probably be one of the first mods I'd order. So with the best mod out of the way and done, coming in at number 2 with 13 more mods left is the 3-inch downpipe. I don't even think this one needs much explanation. Honestly, the sound this car makes with a 3-inch downpipe is unbelievable, especially considering it's a diesel. Every tunnel run, every flyby, every cold start, it's just so much more enjoyable. It completely changed the character of the car. So up next we've got the Stage 1 remap. How could I have a great sounding car without giving it the power to match? The Stage 1 remap completely woke the car up. It now makes around 284 brake horsepower and around 650 newton meters of torque, and honestly it completely changed how the car drives. For the money, it's one of the best performance upgrades I've done. Now this one, the Chameleon windscreen tint, coming in at number 4. This is probably one of the most unique modifications on the car. You don't see many cars driving around with a chameleon windscreen, and depending on the light, it completely changes colour. It gives this Audi something a little different without going over the top. So let's move into the inside of the car. Coming in at number 5 is the flat bottom steering wheel, the Alcantara airbag cover and the magnetic paddle shifters. This is one of those modifications that makes every single drive feel that little bit more special. The flat bottom steering wheel completely modernizes the interior, the Alcantara airbag cover gives it a much more premium look, and the magnetic paddle shifters feel so much better than the standard ones. Speaking of interiors, number 6, Starlight headliner. This was one of the hardest modifications I've ever done on this Audi. It took a lot of time and patience, but once it was finished, it was completely transformed the interior. Driving at night with the starlights on just give the car a premium feel. Honestly, that Rolls-Royce feel is something special. I know someone's going to disagree with this one, but coming in at number 7 is ambient lighting. Another interior modification that makes a huge difference. The ambient lighting modernizes the cabin and makes night drives much more enjoyable. It's one of those mods that you don't realize you needed until you've got it. This is where things get interesting. Coming in at number 8, wheel spacers. I can't lower my car because of my driveway, so wheel spacers were the perfect alternative. They push the wheels out nicely and reduce that wheel arch gap visually. It's a simple modification, but it massively improves the stance of the car. Now this one, coming in at number 9, black roof wrap and sunstrip. These two mods work perfectly together. The black roof gives the car a much sportier look, while the sunstrip finishes off the front end. They're small changes individually, but together they completely change the appearance of the car. Now for a little performance mod. Coming in at number 10, we have the Ram Air intake. This is only a upgraded air filter rather than a full intake. It doesn't really add power on its own, but the sound when you're on boost is fantastic. If you enjoy hearing the turbo a little more, it's definitely worth fitting. Moving on, coming in at number 11, we've got the gear shifter upgrade plus the Alcantara gear stick boot. The standard gear selector looked quite plain, so upgrading it was an easy way to modernise the center console. The Alcantara gear stick boot ties in perfectly with the steering wheel and gives the interior a much more premium feel. Even though it's an automatic, it's one of those little details you notice every time you get in the car, and it helps to bring the whole interior together. So coming back out to the exterior, coming in at number 12, we've got the tinted lights. These make the car look much cleaner and more aggressive, especially from the rear. They're more of a styling mod than anything else, but They really do suit that black theme, honestly. I know, it's not to everybody's taste, but coming in at number 13, we've got the painted red engine cover. You're not looking at the engine bay every day, but when you pop the bonnet, it meets to give the engine bay a bit more character instead of everything being plain black. Yeah, it suits it so much, honestly. Looks great in my opinion. So for the final mod, coming in at number 14, we've got the Underglow neon lights. This one is just for a bit of fun. I don't use them often, but they're great at car meets and they definitely get people's attention. It's not something that changes how the car drives or looks every day, but it's a cool extra when the occasion suits it. So that's every single modification I've done to my Audi A5, ranked from my favourite to my least favourite. And obviously this is my opinion, so I genuinely love to know what you think. Which mod would you put at number 1? And is there anything you'd rank differently? If you're interested in any of the mods I've talked about today, I'll leave the links to everything I can in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. Every like, comment and subscription genuinely helps more than you probably realise. I've already started working on next week's video, so if you don't want to miss it, make sure you're subscribed and I'll see you next Saturday, 6 PM. Peace out guys.